Now we'll take a look at china, materials, and timber and glass, and how we do the effects for those 4 things in your drawing. Now, if you take a look here, I've just drawn up a vase for you. It is using the same techniques that you use for the sky and for water. So in other words, for all smooth effects, we use the sandpaper block. We pick up a little bit of graphite, make sure that there's nothing gritty there, and we use that to put the colour down in our drawing so that it's nice and smooth. And you can see now that the effects or the techniques that we're learning are starting to repeat. So really, once you learn how to use these techniques in your drawing, you'll have an arsenal of new skills to draw with. Remember when you're drawing to draw very lightly and sketchily so that you can rub out and correct, because you'll find that you'll do quite a bit of that when you're drawing. It's assess, correct, assess, correct. That's how most drawings go. All drawings go. Now we'll take a look at materials. I've done a little piece of hessian here. Now this has been using our scratching technique of our 2H hard pencil, and we put our lines in. And then lines across. Cross-hatching is a technique all on its own. It's a bit tricky. I actually like doing tonal drawings rather than cross-hatching, but it's another method of putting down tone in a drawing. And in this case, it's a method for making an effect with materials. And we use our 8B and we go over the top of it. And it makes where we've scratched with the 2H stand out and give the weave of the fabric. And if you want to darken down at any point, just use the point of your pencil and underscore each little white line, and that will make it stand out even more, but it also will darken it down slightly. The next bit will be how to do towels or toweling or a rough textured fabric. Using your 8B on the side, catch those bubbles in the paper. Darken down where the fabric creases. Or folds. A bit of dark underneath. Now if you were doing a silk fabric, use your 2H oops, hang on, I might move over here because I've done a little drawing there and it's left an impression. And then use your stub to smooth it out because it's a smooth fabric. So you get the idea that if anything is smooth, you use a hard pencil. If anything is textured, you use a soft pencil and catch those bubbles in the paper. Okay. Now for timber, if you're doing any timber effects, again it's the same thing as your Hessian or your grass effect. Say you wanted to do some timber on the side of a cabinet or flooring, draw in your pattern, rub it out. I've drawn that pattern in with the 2H pencil, the very hard one. Get your 8B. The harder you press with the 2H, I've got a piece of paper under there and there's a line coming up through it. I'll just move it down slightly. Get that out of the way. The harder you press with your 2H, the better impression that you get in your paper and the stronger it will come out. Just using that 8B to go over the top and create that look of a pattern in timber. And again, you can underscore it to pick it up at any point or make other cracks in the woodwork to increase the look of the timber. Oops, went a bit off. There you go. So that is our glass. Our materials, timber or china, is the same as glass because it's smooth. So I've made a start on the teapot here and I've been using my stub to draw it in, and then I'll use a darker pencil to put the pattern on. at a later stage. It's the same as your glass. You use your stub or your 2H hard pencil to draw it.